Hi, I'm Carlo Garcia.
And I'm Hannah Gray.
And this is your Ranger Report for Friday, December 15th.
Smithson Valley High student Ian Weidman was selected to the Texas All-State Jazz Ensemble recently as second alto saxophone. Weidman was selected as the second best alto player in Texas. Weidman will now perform at the prestigious Texas Music Educators Association convention in February in San Antonio.
NHS Genius Hour will continue next semester. However, it'll move to the mornings on Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. in the library. Hope to see you for next tutoring so you start strong next semester.
Spring credit by exam applications can now be picked up in Student Services or from Ms. Jones in the testing room next to Mr. Bob's office. They are due Monday, January 8th at 4 p.m. Forms must be signed by your counselor and money turned in to Ms. Castillo in the front office. Please return completed forms to Student Services or to Ms. Jones in the testing room.
And here's Logan with an update on world news.
Thank you, anchors. On Thursday, the FCC voted on repealing the 2015 net neutrality rules to ensure the free and open internet for consumers and businesses. The repeal passed with a vote of 3-2. This marked a victory for internet service providers AT&T, Comcast, and Verizon, who now have the power of what content their customers can access. The net neutrality rules barred service providers from blocking, slowing access, or charging extra for certain content. The new rules give the service providers sweeping powers to change how customers access the internet, but they must disclose any changes to customers. In recent polls, 85% of Americans were in favor of net neutrality. Several state attorneys have vowed to fight for a ruling, and the court and several senators are working on legislation to bring back net neutrality. On other news, a Whataburger in Seguin, Texas was robbed earlier in the week, but the thief only took a small Christmas tree displayed in the dining room. The crime was reported and the thief dubbed the Whataburger Grinch. After the crime, the Grinch's heart must have grown because he returned the tree to a Whataburger and apologized. The man then went to the police station and turned himself in for punishment. The Grinch received a sentence of community service. Today is Bills of Rights Day, Cat Herders Day, National Cupcake Day, and National Ugly Christmas Sweater Day. And the fact of the day, it is believed that an invertebrate called a hydra in the correct conditions can live forever without aging. And now, over to Tim with sports.
Thank you, Logan. I'm Tim. Any students wishing to try out for baseball in January need to attend a meeting on Tuesday, December 19th after school. The meeting will start at 4:20 at the baseball field. Please see Coach Kale in room A127 if you have any questions. Boys basketball will play against San Marcos today. Tip-off will be at 7 and it will be played here. Girls basketball will play against Judson. Tip-off begins at 7 and it will be at Judson. Now, for the last sports of the year, back to the anchors.
Thank you, Tim.
Hey Hannah,
Yeah?
why are Christmas trees such bad knitters?
I don't know, why?
Because they always lose their needles.
Well, I'm Hannah Gray.
And I'm Carlo Garcia.
And this has been your Ranger Report. Have a Rangerific day.
Jackie was beautiful, with pretty brown eyes and a thick brown hair.
She was always a lot of fun. She loved to laugh and loved to dance. She was a great dancer.
We'd go to the beach. She loved to jet ski.
After college, she had planned to take over her father's business, but now who knows? Her life will never be the same.
Everyone liked Reggie. He knew how to have a good time.
Reggie was definitely a jock. He had lots of friends, played a whole bunch of sports.
He hadn't had that new blue SUV for very long, and you could tell he was crazy about it.
Reggie's not the kind of guy you would have expected to get into trouble and end up where he did.
This is where 20-year-old Jackie Savarito wanted to be. She left her family in Venezuela to come to the United States to learn to speak English. Reggie Steffi was a senior in high school. He played baseball and football. College was in his future. One of his prized possessions was the SUV he had customized. Early one Sunday morning in the fall of 1999, Jackie's and Reggie's paths crossed. In a split second, their lives would be changed forever. Just a few hours earlier, Jackie had been at a birthday party with some of her new friends. Reggie got together with friends and drank beer after work Saturday evening. Although Texas has a zero-tolerance law that makes it illegal for anyone under 21 to buy or possess alcohol, later that night he went to a party and drank some more. It was late when Jackie and her friends left the birthday party. Neither she nor the driver had been drinking. Jackie rode in the front seat. About the same time, Reggie was also driving home. He was drunk. Reggie's SUV crossed the center line, then hit the car Jackie was riding in head-on. A fire started in the engine and spread to the inside of the car.
911.
Oh my God.
What's the matter?
I've got an emergency. I've got a car wreck. I believe it's on...
Two of Jackie's friends died instantly. Jackie's legs were pinned under the dashboard. Trapped, Jackie begged for help, but rescuers could not get her out. Engulfed in flames, she screamed for 45 seconds. Then there was silence. Other than a few bruises, Reggie didn't seem to be hurt. He was taken to a hospital. He was okay, except for one thing. A blood test showed he had been drinking. Police officers arrested him and took Reggie to jail. Jackie was barely alive when she arrived at the hospital. She was burned over most of her body. Her hair was gone, so were her nose and her ears. Her eyes were scorched, and she was almost completely blind. The fingers on both of her hands had to be amputated. The pain was indescribable and constant. She depends on her father to take care of her. Jackie spent months in the hospital. She fights every day to recover. Since the crash, she has had 50 operations, and many more will be necessary. When she can, she goes to school to improve her English. Reggie Steffi was tried and convicted for causing the deaths of 2 people while he was driving drunk. He is now in the state penitentiary.